Hey, this is Arial 10, and in this video, we're gonna be flipping a record that I picked up while in New Zealand. So I was on this camper van trip in New Zealand when we stopped by this vinyl record store in Christchurch called Penny Lane Records. And I was trying to come back with a record that was made by a New Zealand-based artist. And after going through a couple of racks, I picked up this record, The Greatest Show on Earth by Steve Allen, came out in 1973. It was a bit of a gamble, there wasn't really much of a Spotify footprint, but let's see if we can find something usable here.
Like a circus, and the carnival is beautiful.
I think the chords and the violins, they could actually be the basis for a pretty interesting instrumental. And I think the vocal performance has enough like soul in it that we can try our best here. All right, so our first job here is to bring all the stems in, of course. It should all be the same width. And we're gonna wanna align this with the track.
The world of make-believe.
I like this little chunk. This seems borderline usable. Like a lot of our other flips, I feel like a lot of the songs actually not super usable. So if these are our main building blocks, let's try to see what we can do with them. So let's start with some verb. We should also retune it slightly, I think. You can also see the waveform here is like super small. Let me just jack up the volume a bit. Okay, well first let's add some hi-hats. Try to build like the guts of the song first. I think like a lot of house music, it's kind of got that like that one hook that just kind of feels right. We don't really need to take too many vocals, that's the thing. Add a bass line. I feel like the chords can kind of, whatever chords we add can kind of just like echo whatever the rip is doing, but we need like a nice little chunky bass line. I want a volcano. I realized recently that my default is clean, but you don't really get that like very pleasant old school filtering vibe without it. So I'm using Tube for that lately. So I think in writing the song, we can kind of make the bass the focal point. In which case, something I like to do sometimes is just double it. Just double it and give it to the next person. But we'll use a different preset here, and like it's stacked on top. So it's kind of like both the bass and the lead. That's actually the advantage of like the K-Tronada style bass, because it has more information in the mids, so it can function kind of like a lead as well. Honestly, the chords are like pretty weak. By chords, I mean all the instruments. So we're gonna try to find like something to layer on top of with it. I mean, when I can't hear a specific sound, I'll just reach for like one of these saw wave or sine wave type synths. Let's like beef it up a bit maybe. What I actually kind of hear is like a delay, like a I used to always think having like bigger chord stacks would be better, but sometimes it actually introduces too much information, making it harder to mix. Make it a bit faster, I think. I like the make-believe part the best. It can be like a house hook. So I wanted to use a format changer on the full thing, but there's too many artifacts because of the violin. But for whatever reason, it works on this like specific vocal chop. I want to try it with like a, I don't know, UKG kind of hi-hats to see how much better or worse it sounds. I think that makes it feel more cohesive as you bring in like that initial sample. a bit too much low end there though. This will make the filter just feel a little bit like better. And when I say filter is sweep, I kind of want it to be like scrolling on the radio, kind of like. Maybe we'll do a snare layer, like every other. I think that's where the track is going to be. I'm going to add a little bit more like bells and whistles, but why don't I give it a listen from the very start. And that's it for this video. I think it turned out pretty well. It's kind of like a minimal house track, obviously built around one vocal hook. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.